Hey guys, I just want to take this chance to, come out today. Something that's been like on my mind for a long time, and I've been very confused about how I identify. I've been very, very confused.
You don't say. Hey guys, my name's Chloe, and today I decided to make a video on Ollie London's coming out as Korean video. Now, if you don't know who Ollie is, he's basically a massive Jimin fan from the band BTS, and he's been trying for years to become Jimin. Now, Ollie's been on this journey for quite a while now, and I remember watching a video on him a few years ago, back when I used to be a huge BTS fan myself, about his surgeries in order to look Korean, and not to mention his TikToks that are quite embarrassing.
I've got you some flowers. Mayroon akon ilang muga bulakalak.
Ooh, as a Filipino, that hurt. But anyways, lately Ollie has been on the rise of infamy because one of his latest videos coming out as trans Korean. Now, I really don't want to hate on this guy. Hate is not something I want for him. As annoying as his videos might be, please don't go hating on this guy. But I kind of just wanted to talk about the ridiculousness of his latest video and my opinions on it.
And, I've seen a lot of other people online that have come out and been very brave about it and shared their story about how they identify, their gender, their pronouns, etc. So, I've taken courage from these incredibly brave people, and it is Pride Month at the moment, so
Not really sure you can equate trying to change your whole ethnicity and race to changing your gender or gender identity, but go off.
I thought this was the best time to do it. And add a voice, add strength to the LGBTQ plus I community. So I am going to come out today and say that I've been transitioning. I've been very unhappy with who I am deep down.
Okay, here's where I just want to say that I actually feel really bad for him. He's clearly struggling with some identity issues, and unfortunately, his way of coping is through cultural appropriation. And even if it's not with malicious intent, it can still come off as quite offensive to many people. But overall, I actually feel sorry for him because imagine going through all this, changing your whole body structure just to look like someone else. He clearly has some issues with who he is, which even Dr. Phil pointed out, and I really wish he could see that it's honestly just better to be himself.
For the last 8 years, and I've had like 18 plastic surgeries now, and I've just had a facelift, a brow lift, a temple lift, an eye surgery, a canthoplasty, and my teeth done as well. These are just part of my transition. And I'm feeling really good. For the first time in my life, I feel beautiful. I'm looking in the mirror and I love the way I look and feel happy. And I hope people can respect my decision. It's a very tough decision to come out this way. But I am coming out as non-binary. I don't feel I identify as male or female. I just feel like I'm just in the middle. And my pronouns are they, them, Korean, Jimin.
Okay, so I'm confused actually. So is he trying to say that he is Jimin, Korean Jimin? I'm a little confused because I don't really know how your pronouns could be Jimin. Like he says he's Jimin, but then he goes by Ollie London on like all his social media accounts. So is he Ollie London or is he Jimin? That is the question.
Because I know a lot of people don't understand me, but I do identify as Korean, and I do look Korean now.
I mean, I'm not Korean or anything, but you definitely don't look Korean at all. Not at all.
I do feel Korean. I don't identify as British, so please don't refer to me, any media or anyone online, as British, because I identify as Korean. That's just my culture. That's my home country. That's exactly how I look now.
You can't just say that you're Korean just because you like the culture. I mean, you weren't born there. You're not of Korean descent. You can't just say that you're Korean now. And unfortunately, I'm sorry to say this, but you don't look Korean at all. If I saw you off the street, I would not expect you to be Korean. And I love Korean culture as well, but I'm not trying to be Korean. So it's okay to appreciate a culture, to like a culture. There's nothing wrong with that, but don't go around saying that you are when you're not. Not to mention, those people of that culture know the history of that culture. They know the ups and downs and what has happened in the past. So for you to say that you're a part of that when you really don't understand that can be really offensive.
And I also identify as Jimin. That's my Korean name. But not only that, I know it's a little bit confusing for some people. Nobody's ever come out as Jimin or Korean, but this is something that you guys know if you've followed my journey for the last 8 years. I've really struggled with identity issues, with who I am, with who I am. It's a very tough one. So.
And that's why I said before that I actually really feel bad for him, because he's clearly struggling with identity issues, and most people who are secure with themselves are not going to do things as extreme as this. So he obviously has something wrong with him deep down inside, and I hope that he can find a way to start accepting himself for who he is.
So I've finally had the courage. I've undergone my racial, can't think of the word, transitional surgery. I've transitioned to a non-binary person, they, them, Korean Jimin, and I finally have the Korean look, so I'm actually really happy. But I just want to say to people, I get so many cruel comments online. I just want people to be able to respect my decision.
Okay, respecting his decision, that is questionable. I think what he's doing is kind of offensive to a lot of people, so his decision's not necessarily the right one. However, I do feel bad that he is getting some really mean comments online. I really don't think we should be sending him hate. If anything, we should be giving him constructive criticism. I think that is something that he needs to hear. But, death threats, any really hateful comments, I just think are unnecessary. And I personally believe that two wrongs don't make a right.
I identify with the Korean culture. I've lived in Korea. I speak the language. I have the Korean look now. I look completely Korean. If you didn't know who I was, you would just think I was a Korean person.
Again, for like the third time, I definitely wouldn't think you're Korean.
I really appreciate all of the fans and everyone that supports me with this, and I hope that I can be an inspiration to others. So thank you so much, guys. I love you all, and thank you to everyone's support. I really appreciate.
Yeah, so basically I cut out the huge chunk where he basically says that he's trapped in the wrong body, and that he's comparing his coming out to coming out of the LGBTQ or whatever. I mean, he is coming out as non-binary, but I think the whole purpose of this video was mostly to come out as trans Korean. But yeah, I just cut that part out because he was rambling and it's ridiculous. So anyways, I truly don't think that Ollie is a malicious or bad person. I truly think that he's struggling with identity issues, and I know that most people might say, well, this stuff is offensive, it's cultural appropriation, and I totally agree. I'm not trying to dismiss the things that he's doing that are ridiculous and wrong. However, I don't think he's trying to offend people. I think he just doesn't think that what he's doing is wrong in any way, so he's a little bit ignorant in that sense. But anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. This is my first video ever. If you like this, please subscribe, and maybe I'll make more in the future. So thank you.